All right, there you have it. We are going 6 rounds, 2 minutes each.
Yeah, you see that Lulu is the older fighter at age 33. She's always going to be the shorter fighter. She's just 5 foot tall, probably 4'11". But otherwise, their reach, their wingspan is about equal.
Yeah, and unlike our last female matchup, these two young ladies actually look like they belong in the same weight class.
Yeah, Trevino's 5'3", so she's not much taller. But just looking at their physiques, you see the athleticism of Hawton. To me, she's one of those natural fighters that just relishes this physical competition. And just looking at her walk in, judging from her last fight and the way she was during the fighter introduction, she's just got a lot of energy, and it's great to see that.
I think ring rust might have been a factor, Doug. Looking at Hawton's record, 3 fights in 2014, 3 in 2015, just 1 in 16, and no fights in 2017.
Oh, it definitely, that inactivity hurt her going into that fight because her opponent was ready.
Yeah.
Her opponent started hard and fast, and you could tell just I was at the weigh-in. Her opponent was in excellent shape. I like Houghton's hand speed. I like the fluidity of her punches and the technique. She's very fast and accurate. And she has fun in there. I mean, she is just relaxed. She's like, I'm at home when I'm in the ring is how I gather her mentality.
Yeah, she actually boxes with a full smile on her face.
But she's effective. She's dialed in. But her technique is really good. Now, she can't get overconfident, though. But she was definitely in command at this opening round.
Round 1 in the books between Hawton and Trevino. Once again, you're at the historic Avalon in Hollywood, California. We want to thank everyone that's watching the live stream, being provided by 360 Promotions of Tom Loeffler. If you have a question or a comment for Doug Fisher and I, drop us a line on Twitter at Dougie Fisher and at Steve UCN Live. Again, our main event, Denis Shafikov, 2-time title challenger, takes on Hector Ambris Suarez. Also to come, Brian Sabalo and Sergey Boachuk and Jonathan Esquivel. And just like round number 1, Doug, it seems to be the quickness and the jab of Hawton kind of setting the tempo here in the second.
Yeah, that's what I like about Lulu. She sets the pace, and she does so with a lot of energy and enthusiasm. I really enjoy watching her box. And I like her upper body movement as well. She mixes in between those jabs and the combinations. She hooks off the jab pretty well. She could tap the body well with both hands, as we just saw. There's a lead hook followed by a right cross. And she's got good reflexes, too. She's able to lean away from punches. A lot of folks aren't able to do that.
A sweeping right hand.
Hawton is an athlete. And as I understand it, she was like a pro skateboarder before she got into boxing. And you've got to have good balance and control, and agility to be a skateboarder.
Yeah, and right now she's just simply too quick off the trigger for Trevino. Simply just can't get off.
And her hands aren't just fast; they're crisp and they're accurate. And I love the way she works in the defense with her offense. Trevino's got to get something going here.
And that's the end of the second, and it was another good one for Lulu Hawton taking on Elvia Trevino. Doug, a lot of boxing going on this week. Which fight are you looking forward to, Crawford Horn or the rematch between Santa Cruz and Mares?
You know, I think the rematch is going to be the more quality fight, the more competitive championship bout, but I'm looking forward to Horn Crawford because I want to see what Bud Crawford looks like in his welterweight debut. He's an elite fighter. He's an elite boxer, arguably pound for pound. He's not number one in Ring Magazine, but he's in that top 3 across the board, and he's a real pleasure to watch. So that's the fight that I have more anticipation for. And having said all that about how excellent Terrence Crawford is, I do expect Horn to be tough. In fact, I think it might go the distance.
All right, looks like Cynthia Conte's lined up another hard-hitting guest. Cynthia, back to you. All right, and we are back to the action. Hawton, some really good body shots. Certainly affecting Trevino here in round number 3 as she continues to assert her dominance. And Doug, speaking of pound for pound, I'm not big on those ratings, but I will say this. I think the winner of the Cruiserweight tournament has to be given consideration of being really in that elite class.
Yeah, you got to at least crack the top 10, arguably top 5. There's no doubt about that. And it's an exciting time, whether you pay attention to mythical rankings or not. There are a lot of elite boxers out there, from the monster, Naoya Inoue, to Golovkin, to Lomachenko, to Mikey Garcia, who fights in a month or 2. Yeah, there's a lot of excellent fighters out there.
Reportedly, in late July, I believe, at the Staples Center, he will be engaging in a unification bout against IBF belt holder Robert Eastern. Doug, to go back to our conversation that we were having before, I'll admit I was surprised on Twitter on Sunday before I wrote my most recent column for UCN. It is interesting. To me, Santa Cruz Mares looks to be the more competitive two-way action. Horn Crawford, I don't know of a lot of people actually picking Horn, but it does say something about the fact that Mares Santa Cruz was a good fight the first time around. It wasn't a great one. There wasn't a lot of clamor for it, and there's something to be said about the unknown, which is Terrence Crawford at 147.
Yeah, I agree with that, and I think part of the allure of Crawford's welterweight debut is him being a factor, being a player in a very crowded and talented 147-pound division. It's like people are already thinking, okay, they hope he looks great against Horn because they want to play matchmaker and put him in the ring with Errol Spence Jr. Or the winner of the Danny Garcia-Sean Porter fight.
Doug, unlike this fine stream tonight, it's not free. The question I have, do you have ESPN Plus?
I do.
Okay.
I do. Matter of fact, I got it for the Jerwin and Cajas fight against, who's the guy? Jonas Sultan. So I'm expecting more action on Saturday than from that card.
All right, let's see if Hawton can score a stoppage here. She has about 75 seconds to go here in round number 4. She is starting to really step on the gas pedal, opening things up with the body shot.
She is really impressive.
Yeah.
I mean, I like her combinations. I mean, working that hook to the hips and turning it into an uppercut, turning it into a hook. Look at that. That was a double left uppercut. She puts her punches together. And we should note she was a world title holder, despite the fact that she only has 8 bouts.
Another good right hand to the body.
She works everything off that jab.
And an uppercut on the inside.
She's got that punch, and she's good with that uppercut from either hand, left or right. You know, Steve, Marlon Esparza, the Olympic bronze medalist who's promoted by Golden Boy Promotions, campaigns in the flyweight division.
As does another young lady we've seen under the Golden Boy banner, Sinesia Estrada.
Super bad, yeah. And those would be interesting matchups against Lulu Hawton.
Doug, one of the reasons why I'll be at the Staples Center on Saturday, it's a 10-minute drive. Also, Jermel Charlo. Now, how much of a shot does Trout have? Is this shooting fish in a barrel in 2018?
I don't know. I think, you know, Trout is on the downside of his career. He was an excellent, in fact, I consider him a perennial junior middleweight contender. I do think his last bout, which was a late stoppage to your guy, Hurd, the Thundering Hurd.
The Thundering
Hurd. Jared Hurd.
And hold on.
I think I took something out of him.
Doug, after some deliberation, I think some prodding from referee Jack Reese, this bout has been waved off.
Look at that energy she's got. Yeah.
Is that a quick walk? Anyway.
I want to toss her a skateboard or something. Look, she's boxing the commissioner.
So there you have it. This will go down officially, I believe, as a TKO in 4 for Lulu Hawton. A very impressive, complete performance in breaking down Elvia Trevino.
I really enjoy watching her fight. And she's coming around at the right time for female boxing. It's on streams like this more often. It's on network television more often.
Well, in a couple of weeks on Showbox, Clarissa Shields and Kristen Hammer will be...
the share a card in Detroit, correct? Yes. And that'll be on Showtime. Yeah, so we have Shields, we've got Esparza, we got Superbad, got Katie Taylor.
All right, well, Mike Hart is lined up and ready to go. He'll give you the official announcement.
Ladies and gentlemen, on the advice of the ringside physician, your referee Jack Reese calls the stop to the fight after 4 complete rounds. Your winner by knockout, bang, bang, Lulu Hawton! One more time for Elvia Trevino.
All right, so that young lady right there runs her record to 8-1, scoring her 4th stoppage. And in a few moments, she'll be talking to Cynthia Conte. She gets back on the winning track, bouncing back from her February 24th loss. We are halfway through the card. Still plenty more boxing to come, but I think she's ready to go. She's getting wiped down there from Grant Elvis Phillips. And they'll take care of a little business inside the ring, and soon enough,